Hello, I'm Suzanne, and I am making it in Maine. If you haven't seen me for a wee bit, it's because every night this week I have been coming home so tired. I've had to crawl in bed and rest for 45 minutes to an hour before dinner. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but so tired, and I've been sleeping well, so go figure. I don't know. Anyway, here I am. Thank you for being here. I think I better scooch on my knees because iMovie chops things off the top and the bottom. So I was outside a little earlier, and I will show you my peonies are starting to pop. One of them, my very favorite, has popped, not fully open, but enough so that you can see the beauty. So I will show you that in this video segment. I would like to show you what's happening in my back flower garden. The front corner is still in desperate need of attention. But when you work full-time, pardon me, when you work full-time, it's just hard to get everything done. And this week I have been coming home dog tired and having to crawl in bed for an hour before it's time for dinner, and doing my best to make it in Maine. Making it a little bit tired today. So here's my dianthus, aka pinks. Aren't they sweet? Take you a little bit closer. There's that one. There's that one. And that one. This one is a little deeper pink than the first one I showed you. And then there's this one. And then we have to jump over. This is not dianthus like I thought it was initially. That is lavender, I'm quite sure. And there's that sweet one. My cranesbill geranium is more in bloom. And the peonies, I hear deer, probably deer in the woods. Heard some breaking branches. So these peonies are ever so close to popping. These peonies are getting close to popping too, but look. Look at this, it's almost all open, and this is my very favorite peony. It's my favorite, pale pink on the outside and that lovely cream. And then they have that hint of deep pink or magenta inside. Ooh, I couldn't wait to show you. This one. See a little bit more of the lovely magenta. Yeah, so those are my peonies. There's like a whole row of them. And here's the in-ground garden. I still have to do that section. Still need to plant that. But everything else is planted. Zucchini in that back corner. And oh gosh, I think I've already forgotten what I put in this front corner. What did I put there? Oh yes, that's corn. Thank you, brain. Thanks for kicking in. That's tomato, broccoli in that back corner, cauliflower in that corner. And my husband finished making cages. They look like, I don't know, large playpens or large animal cages, but they look fairly decent. I wish we didn't have to have them, but in order to keep critters from eating our veggies, that's what we had to do. Look at my beautiful, beautiful chives. Sage beside it and rosemary, and there's the sad parsley that whatever critter ate. And over here, this used to be such a gorgeous honeysuckle bush, but it's just looked so ratty in recent years. I think I just want to hack it down because it rarely looks nice now. And we used to have lupin all around, but when lupin is going by, it looks not very attractive, not very pretty. You just see the tall brown seed pods, and so we've mowed that because there's plenty of other lupin around. But let me show you the pretty orange honeysuckle. I do love it, and I wish this bush was healthier, but I don't know. I don't know why it's not. It's actually looking better right now than it has for a few years. And there is some lupin down here beside the compost. Here's the beautiful lupin. Do you have lupin where you are? Yeah. Purple is my favorite. I've seen pink and I've seen white, but purple is the prettiest, I think. At least it is to me. And back in there is one of our rhubarb patches. And that awful place there is where the drain from our basement is. It flows from the house to there, and I don't know, my husband built this crazy situation down there because one winter it I don't know, it was frozen down in there and the water couldn't get out, and yeah, backed up into our basement. So we had a couple of inches of water in our basement. That wasn't fun. And this is wild raspberry along in here. So anyway, that's a little bit of beauty in the yard. Hold on, maybe I'll go take you to the front or the side and show you the yellow rhododendron again. Here's Lupin Alley again. Usually it's a lot fuller, a lot more lupin along in here. Oh, and there's a lone iris right in there. I love how plants jump around. So there's Lupin Alley, walking along Lupin Alley, and Fern Grove. Oh, there's a bee. Hello, bee. See the bee on there? Oop. Just flew away. All right. Let's go look at the yellow rhododendron. Oh dear. It's starting to go by. Well, that doesn't have the wow factor anymore, does it? The honeysuckle is, the wild honeysuckle is, I don't know, I think that's starting to go by also. Oh, look. Got some roses ready to pop. Do you realize, well, of course you don't, this little rose bush, I can't tell you how many years old it is, and it never really grows larger. And probably if I researched about roses and what they need to thrive, it could probably be improved. Oh boy. That's where our dear sweet cat got buried last year. She was 21 years old. I need to beautify her grave. Perhaps I'll show you a picture of my beauty girl. My beauty girl. Oh, and there's Buttercup Corner. I think I called it Buttercup Lane before, but see how it curves around? It's really should be Buttercup Corner. Not lovely. Is that not lovely or what? And this mass right here, this mass is Queen of the Prairie. And I'll show you that once it gets in bloom. All right. Whoa, mosquito on my ankle. Do you realize? No, of course you don't realize. Why do I keep saying that? Last night, I hadn't even been outside yesterday. I took a shower and was running my hands through my hair and on my scalp, and I felt some bumps. Could be black fly, leftover bites and stuff, but I went to have my husband have a look at my head, and I was sort of parting my hair to show him where I wanted him to look. And what did and then I took my hand away, and there was a tick on my hand. Now, how did it get in my hair when I hadn't even been out? How did it get there? And how long it had been there? Oh, and now I'm outside, and just every time you go out, you're just sort of in fear of getting a tick on you and potentially ending up with Lyme disease, which is absolutely horrible. Horrible. All right, friends. So tonight it's going to be about hooked rugs, and I'm going to show you some of my hooked pieces. If you watched one of my videos, I was showing you things in my Etsy shop, and I had a little hooked coaster, snowman coaster in that video. And what else was there? Oh, a crow, sort of a primitive style crow mat. So I think I'm going to begin by showing you some unfinished, yes, I said it, unfinished hooked pieces. And I'm not even going to show all of them to you, because sometimes I'll start hooking something and the colors, I just don't like the colors of wool that I've chosen. So yeah, that's why I tend to have unfinished hooked pieces, or because I'm waiting for a frame, or it's a piece of linen that's large, so I have a few small things that I want to hook on that piece of linen, and then if you cut the piece out that you have finished, you won't have enough to go on your frame to stretch the linen on your frame if you cut part of what you drew on that linen off. So this first piece I will show you. It's a Deanne Fitzpatrick pattern, and I had it all hooked, but I just wasn't happy with it, happy with how it looked. So I recently ripped a good chunk of it out. So here it is in its partial form. Yeah, I just was not happy with how it was looking. So that needs to be fixed. This is another Deanne Fitzpatrick hooked piece. And if you're not familiar with her, I encourage you to check her out. I think if you do an internet search on Deanne Fitzpatrick, Amherst, Nova Scotia, you will find her because she is prolific there. She's an incredible rug hooking artist. Really amazing, beautiful rugs. And one day I hope to get to her studio because it's massive and beautiful and eye candy. So I hope to make a trek up there. I actually have been up there before. In fact, I have a pin cushion, and I believe it came from her before she even had a studio. She began by working out of her home. And I believe I was there, and I believe I bought, I think I bought a small book there and a strawberry pin cushion, and I keep looking around to see if I can see it. But I can't see it at the moment because my sewing room is torn apart. So this is the other piece of hers. This one is called Country Moon. And this one I'm not terribly happy with either. You see, I just have the linen folded to the back right now because I hope to get it in a frame, but there it is. And I don't know. It's okay. It's okay, but I'm not terribly in love with it. So I don't know if I'll do anything to it or not. Probably should not. Should just be done with it. What else? Did I show you the... Yes, I did. I showed you the little childhood home that I hooked. And that was in my video about the brook, I'm quite sure. My childhood romping ground was the brook below our house. And I think in that video I showed you the hooked mat of my childhood home. All right, so here is another one. I've gotten several patterns given to me, and this is one of them. And I wasn't happy with, let me open it up. So there's the whole thing. And just don't love my flower choices. I love this one because this one I did in yarn. I think that's the yarn I made some mittens with, and so I'm just not grooving on the color choices there. So I don't know what I'll do. Sometimes I just have to wait for certain creative juices to flow, and it will flow. They will flow. It's just not flowing right now. Oh, I think I also showed you. I think I showed you my daisy mat too. Haven't cut this off because it's a big piece of linen and I want to draw more on it, but I think I showed you this. It's pretty good, but I need to tweak it because I'm not 100% happy with it. And I like to be happy with the things that I make. This, this I started. It was a drawing from a newspaper, and well, I drew it from something I saw in a newspaper, and I don't think that's looking great right there. Another rug hooker who I really enjoy watching is Deanna David. Her business is I'm trying to think of it. Ribbon candy hooking. That's it. Ribbon candy hooking. And she often says something dull, bright. Dull, bright. Anyway, this is all dull. There's nothing bright. I forget what the other two words are. If you know, let me know in the comments. But this just reads dull to me. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Don't know what I'm going to do. I might need to talk to somebody about it. Have a rug hooking consult. I don't know. We shall see. Yeah, and also on my Etsy shop, if you happen to go to it and you look at the things that sold, you'll see a small little round mat, small mat, like a, I don't know, like a hot plate size, pardon me. That's something else I hooked. Obviously, I finished it. All right, here's something else. It's also on linen with other things drawn, but there's that. I'm fairly happy with that. I just need to get other things drawn and finished, and then I can cut it off and frame it. All right, that's all the unfinished. Oh, well, okay, no. Notice this is Northwest Folk design. I love this woman's patterns. Mary Jo. So this is Cozy Fox. It's a sweet pattern. But I don't know. I should just keep going with it, but I wasn't crazy about my wool choices. I don't know. Maybe I'm too picky. I just don't know. Maybe, yeah. I feel like with quilts, I have a fairly decent sense of color and whatnot, but sometimes in my hooked rugs, I struggle. So anyway, there's sweet little fox that needs more work. Needs more work. All right. Oh, here's another Deanne Fitzpatrick rug. This is the largest rug of hers that I've done, her pattern. This shirt is a little big, so I keep lifting it up. It's really too big, but I really like it, and I wish I were a seamstress so I could do some alterations. So here's my other Deanne Fitzpatrick rug. I'm pretty happy with this, I guess, for the most part. This little spot I think is kind of goofy because it's supposed to be like a rock. But it's, and there's larger expanse of rock here, and that, oh, that seems to look better, but that little one looks kind of odd. And when I got this, I bought this as a kit, and the color of the wool for this house wasn't the color that was shown on the pattern, and I just did not care for it at all. So then I tried some orange, an orange shade of wool that I had, and I wasn't happy with that. So then I dyed some of my own wool. If it's not too hard for me to find, I'll show you pictures of that. It was very lovely. I loved how the wool that I dyed turned out, but it just wasn't the color I wanted for this house. So then I was at a local quilt shop that also has started to carry a little bit of wool, and I found some there. Oh, who is the woman? Sue Spargo. It was Sue Spargo wool, and I believe it was called Persimmon. And that color I was able to live with. The trim on that house is wool that I dyed. So anyway, there's that one. Okay, did I ever tell you about this rug? This is a teddy bear, and it looks more like a monkey to me. I had it hanging on my sewing room door. I put a hanging sleeve and a dowel, so it was hanging on my sewing room door until I couldn't stand it anymore, so I took it off, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but it has wooden buttons on the corners and wooden buttons here. These two buttons were buttons on a shirt that I used to wear when I was a teenager. My brother and sister-in-law gave it to me, I think, as a Christmas gift. And so those buttons are from that shirt. I like the little bow in the teddy bear's hair. And I like the cheeks on the teddy bear, but his legs, his arms, I don't know, he just looks like a monkey. And his ears make him look like a monkey too. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Does it look like a teddy bear or a monkey? All right, this rug hangs in my living room, and this is, I think, my favorite rug. I nailed a piece of, this is one way you can hang hooked rugs. I nailed a piece of carpet tack. You know, it's a strip of wood that has little nails in it that grab the carpet when people lay carpet. They put this around the perimeter and attach the carpet to it. So anyway, you can put those on your wall, and then you can, you see all the little holes? So it just sticks into the holes, and that holds the rug. And so this hangs in my living room, and this is my favorite hooked piece that I've done. And this is, I think, this is my oldest piece. I don't remember, can't remember what year. I did it when I was still teaching technology. I think it was probably in the, I don't know, 2005 range, somewhere around in there, but here it is. It's my goat. I love this. I love this goat. And yes, I dyed much of the wool that's used in the goat. Probably not the brown, but I did the rust color. Yeah, I love that. That's my most special piece. And this is just a little pumpkin mat. Use binding tape. Most of the rugs I do binding tape on them. Small pieces, I've done whipped edges, and I am not real crazy about a whipped edge. I don't enjoy the process, and I don't really even care for how it looks for the most part. This is sort of folk arty too. A black cat, kind of patriotic, kind of folk arty, pretty cute. So there's that. Again, it has the binding tape. This used to be in my Etsy shop, and I think I deleted it by mistake. Ooh, I chose the wrong top to wear. So used to be in my Etsy shop, and I think I deleted it by mistake. All right, this one's pretty old too, fairly old. This is a pillow. It's the back of the pillow, just some wool, and here's the front. It's an old antique pull toy. It's like reminds me of a carriage, a baby carriage that looks like has a cat face, but it's a pull toy. And a little flag hanging on the end. It's kind of cute. Another favorite piece I did was a Raggedy Ann head pillow, and impulsively, kind of impulsively, I gave it to a waitress at my brother's diner when he still owned it, and she spoke about how she had a big Raggedy Ann collection, and so I thought, it would be nice for her to have a unique piece, a Raggedy Ann hooked rug pillow. And I don't know, that I got the sense that she didn't really groove on it, and yeah, I'd like to make another one because I loved it so, and I thought it turned out really well. It was very sweet, and yeah, I'd like to do it again, I think. Now let's go into Christmas mode. I really love this one. This is a Santa moon. Pretty sweet, eh? Could go on a stool or a round chair or a round table. I think it's pretty cute. It turned out well. Again, it's got that same binding tape edge. What do you think of that? Let me know in the comments if you like any of these. Do you rug hook? Yeah, I'd also like to know in the comments what kind of crafts, if any, you do. What inspires you to watch my channel? Do you watch because you know me? Do you watch because you're curious about my life? Do you watch because you connect to my heart? Yeah, just wondering if you watch, if you come back regularly. yeah, I'm curious to know what brings you back or what brought you here. Yeah, I'd like to know. And here's my last Christmas piece. I just finished this, I think it was last year. My cute little snowman. This is a very different binding. I had never done a crocheted edge binding. So this is crocheted. Whoops. This is crocheted with wool yarn. So I'd never done that before. That's the back. Yeah, that would be considered a holiday, I think. But you don't, yeah, I mean, if you separate it, if you bend it on the front, you might see it, but yeah. It's like that, you don't see it, so I don't worry about it. That was lovely, lovely wool. Lovely hand-dyed wool. So there's that. I should tell you the story about my first hooked rug. Actually, I should go get the book and show it to you. I'll be right back. I'm back. While I was at it, I thought I'd show you a few coasters, also little hooked coasters. This one has a whipped edge, and why I chose that color yarn to whip the edge of this one, I don't know. That's a coneflower, echinacea. Yeah, why would I choose that color to whip? It just stands out like a sore thumb. Why? Black might have worked. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it's totally off? Or is it just me? Just doesn't seem like it should be that light off-white color. Oh, well. See, now here's another one. Different colors. Different color centers. This is more like the color of an echinacea, that sort of rusty color. But yeah, so see how this blends in with the wool? I think it looks better. What do you think? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, so those were both whipped edges. Yeah, that's the back side. So it looks okay on small pieces, but it's not my favorite method. Okay, and so here's another. And I was trying something different with these. I was trying some glue on the back, and I glued a piece of wool felt on, but then you have the edges that look terrible. So that's nothing I would put in my Etsy shop, because I'm not going to put something in there that looks subpar like that. So would it be inappropriate to give someone a gift that you consider subpar? I mean, somebody would think that was lovely and sweet. I've made several of these and given them as gifts, and I've made a few of these and given them as gifts. And this one, this is a star, and this is one that I tried a crocheted edge on, and it's terrible, terrible on this. I think it makes it look all wavy, and it seemed okay. The waviness didn't bother me on a larger piece, but on this small piece, I found it disturbing. What do you think? Does it disturb you? Does it disturb you? All right, so let me tell you about my very first rug. So I was in my 20s, early 20s probably, when I took a rug hooking class, and it's pretty broke back then, pretty poor. I was hooked up with my ex-husband, and we didn't have a lot of money. So the woman I took the class from, I would imagine I gave her some money for the pattern, probably paid for the pattern, which I didn't even get to pick out. She just picked it out for me and then gave me some wool. I didn't care for the wool. I didn't care for the pattern, but I did finish it. I never bound it. I never finished it in that way, but it was on the floor in a place that my daughter and I lived in later years. And I just had the burlap that was on burlap was just turned under so you could walk on it, and it looked fine. Didn't know that it wasn't finished on the back. And anyway, one day my cat vomited on it, and I was going to school, going to college at the time, and I probably I don't have time to deal with this right now. So I put it out in the garage, and then I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't know how to clean it, and I didn't even like it well enough to care, so I ended up throwing it away. But that is the pattern right there. Did not like it. Didn't like it at all. And I don't think she had drawn out this scallopy edge on it, but I did not like it at all. Didn't like the pattern, didn't like the wool. Goodbye, rug. Goodbye, rug. So that's my first rug hooking experience. Let me just show you. Yes, here's where the teddy bear pattern came from. Looks like a monkey there. Why didn't I think it looked like a monkey there? Why did I want to do it? Don't know. This is the book. And there's the pull toy, the pillow. Let's see. Let's see what else is in here that I did. That might be it. The pull toy. I bet Raggedy Ann's in here too, though, now that I think about it. Now that I think about it, yep, here it is. There it is. I think mine was cuter. Yeah, there's some great patterns in here. Rug hooking for the first time. Has some good tips, and there's the cat pull toy. Yeah, so that's that. So that's my hooked rug story and show and tell. I'll try to remember to put pictures of my Raggedy Ann head pillow and anything else that I mentioned here. Dear friends, thanks for stopping by again, or if it's your first time, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you'll come back again soon. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. I'd love to have comments below. Also, if you like what you see, it would mean a lot to me if you would subscribe to my channel. That will help me get known, and I hope to reach my goal of making a living just as a maker. Just as a maker rather than a cookie baker. Because making things with my hands, making handcrafts is what's near and dear to me. So subscribing doesn't cost a thing. Doesn't cost a thing. You do have to log in. If you don't already have a YouTube account, you can just create one and log in and subscribe. Then you can log back out. You don't have to stay logged in. You also have to subscribe if you want to make comments. You have to be logged in to make comments. So it would mean a lot to me if you do those things. And if you know anybody else who might like what's on my channel, my Making It in Maine channel, you can share it with them. So, dear ones, from my heart to yours, hope to see you soon. Bye for now.